Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to present the learning outcome, a little tutorial about the 5 units of your noche level 3, and a small part of what we're going to see in these units. Well, in the unit 1, we are going to view how to make small talks. The communication goals are make small talks, describe a busy schedule, develop your cultural awareness, discuss how culture changes over time. To ask him about proper address, you can use, do you mind if I call you Kazuko? Will you be rude to call you Kazuko? What will you be like called? How do you prefer to be called? Grammar. You have to use tag questions. Information you already think is true or to encourage someone to make small talk with you. It is beautiful day, isn't it? When the statement is affirmative, the tag is negative. When the statement is negative, the tag is affirmative. You have to use the same verb tense or modal in the tag question as in the matter statement. Also, you have to be clear with the intonation. The raising intonation usually indicates that the speaker is confirming the correctness of information. One example, people use first name here, don't they? With the following intonation usually indicates that the speaker expects the listener to agree. People use first name here, don't they? You can use the past perfect. You have to use the past perfect to describe an action that occurred before a specific time in the past. Markers by, already, and yet are often used with the past perfect. By 4 o'clock, the tour had begun. You have to use the past perfect with the simple past tense or the past to clarify which of those sentence actions occur first. The meeting has begun late, so we didn't have lunch until 2. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to talk about Unit 2. Unit 2 is based on Her Mother. Here we have some vocabulary that are in the Unit 2. For example, in the first picture, we have a checkup, in the second, an injection, in the third, electrocardiogram, and the fourth, X-ray, and the last, blood test. In this unit, we have modal verbs. Remember, can, could, should, would, and must are modals. Modals don't change forms. Always follow modal with the base form. In the next, must. This show drawing conclusion. Example, you must be back at 10 o'clock for the appointment. Made and might. This show possibility. Example, you may not need to come in right away. Will be able to. This show a future ability. Example, the doctor will be able to see tomorrow. Note, you can see you can use be able to with may and might for possibility or with must for drawing conclusion. Here we have the negative form of modal verbs. Uh, can't, couldn't, won't, wouldn't, shouldn't, must not, may not, and might not. This is the contraction of modal verbs in base negative form.
Okay, the unit 3 is about getting the done. Grammar is the causative. We use the causative verb inside one to talk about something that someone else did for us another person. The structure. When get, the structure is get plus an object plus to plus a verb in infinitive. For example, I go to the cleaner to clean under goods board. We have the structure is have plus an object plus infinitive. For example, the doctor will have the nurse. I'll call the patients. The passive causative is used when a focus is one time it says of the person. Um, when have is the structure is have plus an object plus a past participle. For example, John had a car fired by the mechanic. When get, the structure is a get plus an object plus a past participle. For example, she got the plant washed. The vocabulary in this unit is the service, for example, like cleaner a switch, repair shots, frame a picture, deliver a package, let's assure a ship, bind a signs, copy report. Um, Next. Okay, the next vocabulary is a planning and running an event. Send out on the assignment, set up the room, set up the project, put up the signs, checking in the stop signs, a microphone, a mic, a handheld mic, a late mic, handle of the agenda, handle, I introduce to the speaker, the dress, and a podium.
Unit 4, reading for pleasure. At the beginning of this unit, we have genres of book that are fiction and non-fiction. And then we have ways to describe a book. For example, if it's page turner, if it's cliffhanger, if it's bestseller, if it's hard to follow, and if it's trash. In a grammar, we have a noun clause. Noun clause has a function as a noun, often as a direct object. A noun clause can be introduced by that. For example, I didn't know that he wrote this book. When a noun clause function as a direct object that may be omitted, but especially when we are speaking. And in short answer, we have to use so to replace a noun clause after the verb hope, yes, and believe. For example, I believe so, I get so, and I hope so. And finally, we have embedded questions. A question can be embedded in a clause. Use if to bring an embedded yes or no questions. Is that magazine interesting? Embedded question will be, tell me if that magazine is interesting. With WH questions, we have, what is the article about? Embedded questions will be, I can remember what is the article about.
Okay, I'm going to talk about Unit 5. Here I have some natural disasters. A tornado, a hurricane, a typhoon, a flood, a landslide, a drought. And the grammar is about indirect speech, say and tell. Important, use tell when you mention listener and say when you don't. When say and tell are in the past tense, the verbs in the indirect speech statement often change. Present simple becomes past, past becomes past perfect, will becomes would, can becomes could. And here I have examples. I'm working hard. I say that I was working hard. I can live. I told her that I could lift. I've been working, she said. She said she had been working. And here we have the bibliography. And thank you for your attention.